So here I am today. Wanted to do a video, a very well put together video that was going to incorporate everything regarding the acquisition with the Ninja, the camera settings and the firmware and everything about Premiere. But something happened along the way between the beginning of this video, not this video, but the one that I was intended to do. And that was that I had already done about 20% of it, and I was about to get into the Ninja when I did an upgrade to the Ninja. Now, I was on firmware 10.51 or 52, and I upgraded to the newest one, which is 10.54. There have been some updates as to how you capture before in the Ninja, and today is no different. The way the Ninja works is the monitoring gives you different aspects for you to capture, so you can see how well you're doing when you're capturing. The problem with that is that it's been changing over and over again to the point where like it gives me a headache. When the Ninja first started, it started by going through the luminance portion and its level was capped at 800. Then there was a firmware upgrade. Then it went to 1600, which was nice because now you have higher levels when it came to log. Perfect, no big deal. Then it changed again and then it went to 3200. That was perfect because I could see much more dynamic range. The problem with that is that it was so high that sometimes even though it was showing you, I could not acquire that back. So with the newest firmware 10.54, I have a different problem now. All those levels went away. Not sure if it was a glitch in the system or whatnot, because I upgraded from 0.51 or 0.52 to the newest one, which is 0.54. My luminance levels went from the highest scope of 3200 to 200 only. Are they multiples of 10? Don't know. The only problem I have is this, that now everything is between 0 and 25. There's no, even though it's 200, nothing ever reaches even 100. And that plane is killing me. So the Ninja is showing me levels between 0 to 20 to 200 now. Not sure if they're multiples of 10, so that's why it's giving me that kind of range. I'm being capped between 0 and 25 only. When it starts reaching 25, my highlights, you can see them flat out. So they're being capped. It's not going beyond 25. It's not doing anything at all. Capturing now, 18% gray, it's complicated. You can't see that. Everything is between 0 and 25. And it's a big monster fuck, if you want to call it, of luminance in the middle. You can't tell what's what anymore. Due to that reason, I was not able to complete or keep on going with the video that I was supposed to be doing today, yesterday, and following up so I can have one huge compilation, which was probably going to be about a good 30 minutes to an hour, I'm sure, but let's see if I can still finish it. But I just wanted to rant about this, and it's great that it's allowing other cameras to capture ProRes RAW, and it's awesome, you know, that you got the Sonys, the Canons, and all that stuff. To accommodate to those systems, I believe it's messing up what it originally was intended to do, which was just to capture ProRes RAW. Everything else to me doesn't really matter as far as like how they go about it, as long as like if they have something that's already working as far as the displays and how it's teaching you how you're supposed to acquire things. Why do they keep on changing it? Showing you different meters at different points from this to that, from something like very limited to something that's very wide range to again to something that's extremely limited. It's not the greatest way to keep you focused on that system. You know, it makes you want to just like bail out of it. But since there's no really other systems there is, right now we kind of stuck with the Ninja. All those changes are giving me a headache. I'm the type of person that if you're showing me something and how to do, I expect to do it like that most of the time, or just with minor changes. But drastic changes from point A to point B to point A again are just no way to tackle the problem. That is what's happening in this system, and that's the reason why I wanted to address it, because I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but right now I have this. So right now I have the Ninja set up in false colors to show you guys what's going on, because right now that's the only way that you can actually capture anything. You can no longer use, for example, the zebras. They're kind of pointless. They only go up to 50 IRE. So even if you want to scale if you want to measure for your 18% gray, it's not really going to work. Guessing is not the right way to go about it. So false colors is perhaps the way to go for me. So not sure if you guys can see this, but right now here it's showing me that my sky, which is way up here in the picture, should be here. There. Okay. So my skies right now is telling me that it's orange and yellow. The tree is between dark blue and light blue. The white card here, it's light gray. My skin tones are between medium gray and green. So like I was saying, you're supposed to have some salmon tones in your skin for you to get some proper acquisition with ProRes RAW. and that will give you the proper tonality for your skins. This thing went out of battery, so I had to change it right now, so hoping that this will get me back on track. So right now I was monitoring everything with the LUT, and it's ProRes RAW, so I'm not even sure if the LUT is actually being converted like it is now in Premiere. It's just the fact that I can't tell what's legit anymore. So I brought it back to PQ. In PQ, the false colors change. If everything's supposed to be the same and the monitoring doesn't apply at all, then why is it that the IREs for the false colors change when you go from a LUT to the other one when you're viewing it? They should be remain the same because it's just what's coming out of here. So don't know what's going on there as well. So my false colors right now, they just got darker. And I'm monitoring back now in PQ, which means I have to up this again. And if that's the case, that means I would have to go there. Now I'm seeing some green and light gray, maybe a little more. Not sure. There we go. So now I'm seeing pink again in what's supposed to be my scene. According to this is the proper exposure where I'm supposed to be at for PQ. So if I was underexposed on the prior section, which I was viewing here with the 3D LUT from Nikon, then you know what? This system, they would need another update if that's the case, because it just means that it's faulty and it's acting up, and they need to address some of those issues again. Noise on this system, I have realized that if you're shooting 1080, you're gonna get the noisiest footage there is. You have to make sure that your whole scene is well lit and you'll have no problems really. But if you're working with something that's more dramatic, more drastic, and there's a lot of dark tones, do not shoot in 1080, shoot in 4K. 4K is much more lenient as far as noise. So if you need to shoot anything in slow motion, do it, but do it in a well-lit space. You shoot in 4K as much as you can, because the fact is that this is a 24 megapixel camera, so therefore it has to shrink everything to be 4K, and then it has to shrink it even further to be 1080. And I believe that's the reason why you're getting a lot of noise in 1080. I've noticed that yesterday, and I didn't think it was much of an issue before until yesterday when I was like color grading everything. And my last videos, I've noticed that they were sharper as well, and that's because I'm shooting in 4K now. So with that, I'm going back to the studio and see if I can finish the video that I started. I have emailed Atomos hoping that they would actually address the problem, but I haven't. That was this morning, so I'm not sure when they'll get back to me. In any case, thank you, and I'll see you next time.